Marikina City, being the shoe capital of the Philippines, opened the city's Footwear Museum in 2001. The museum showcases 758 pairs of shoes worn by historical personalities. Would you like your shoes to be displayed? Someday your shoes could also be kept here. Why not? After all, it is not just your shoes that will be remembered, but more importantly, your contribution to history will be cherished.
Ricky Reyes, Ezekiel Robles, Rosa Rosal, Lucio Tang, Jericho Rosales, Gregorio Onasan. Well, it seems that my shoes will eventually find its way in this museum. No, kidding aside, I'm here at the Museo ng Sapatos Lungsod ng Marikina. It's a footwear museum here in Marikina City where you will find a lot of trivia, a lot of knowledge about who's who in Marikina and even in the politics and government of Marikina and in the Philippines as a whole, where you will find what they have been wearing all these years.
So do your best to help our fellow Filipinos. And who knows, this museum might just preserve your footwear for posterity. Upon entering the museum, you will be welcomed by paintings about the city's industrial passion, shoes and leather goods. An added value to the viewing experience is to take note that this museum was once an arsenal during the Spanish period. Was consecutively the detention cell of Filipino fighter Sakay and military motor pool during the American period. Was once a rice mill for the Tuason family hacienda after the Second World War. Shoemaking began in 1887 through the pioneering efforts of Capitan Moy, who brought imported pairs of shoes to be dissected and duplicated. The 1900s saw the proliferation of machine-made shoes when American soldier McGuire established the first mechanized factory. Post-World War II saw a fall of the industry but found an ally in Mayor Fernando, who organized the Philippine Shoe Manufacturing Corporation. The 1950s saw Marikina producing 70% of shoes in the country, and so the title Shoe Capital of the Philippines bestowed upon it. The 1960s and 70s saw Mayor de Guzman creating the Marikina Trade Commission, which increased promotions of the shoe industry. The 1980s challenged the industry to adapt to trade liberalization. Vice Mayor Santos and Mayor Valentino motivated shoe manufacturers to export. The 1990s inflicted the industry with influx of imported shoes. To restore pride in Marikina shoes, Mayor Fernando restored Capitan Moy's home. It was also this time that the Shoe Museum was conceived, where citizens can be nurtured on the historical and cultural values of the shoe industry. The second millennium is now seeing a revitalizing of the shoe industry. Mayor de Guzman established the Marikina Shoe Industry Development Council to bring back the glory days. Glory days when Marikina can be the shoe capital of the Philippines not just by name, but by income. Glory days when Marikina is shoe capital not just of the Philippines, but shoe capital of the world. Glory days when all Filipinos will be proud to wear Marikina shoes. Glory days when Filipino youth will consider entrepreneurial careers in shoemaking. Glory days when actors, politicians, writers, religious leaders, journalists, soldiers, engineers will all want their shoes preserved here one day. Glory days when each and every Filipino will no longer need come to this museum because they are all busy growing their shoe manufacturing businesses. because they are all confident that it is within their power to make Marikina the shoe capital of the Philippines, both in title and in earnings. Because they are hopeful that talent and industry combined with organizational teamwork and competitive spirit will win all new glory days. All new glory days begin now by taking the time to know how shoes are made with the shoe last used as master mold of shoes. By taking the time to study that different animal skins like alligators, snakes, pigs, calves, and sheep are used. By marveling at the awesome economic potential of the business. Each person in the entire world with a pair of feet is a prospective buyer. By asking the right questions on buyer preferences. What shoes would people around the world would like to buy? How will the manufacturer produce it with an economy of scale that will bring decent profits for the company? How will the Marikina shoe industry prosper? In the meantime, we ask ourselves, are we wearing Marikina shoes? Do we even humor ourselves that the shoes we wear now will soon join the collection of Philippine presidents? Do we even pause to consider wearing Marikina shoes when we're planning our wardrobe in our next important function?
Cheche Lazaro, Ka Eduardo Manalo, Liza Macuha, Fernando Josep, Agot Isidro. Again, still cannot find my name here in the Walk of Fame here in Marikina City Shoe Museum. Still, that will not stop you, of course, from visiting the Marikina Shoe Museum. You will learn a lot from this.